How confident are you that this gathering of memoranda by the All Progressives Congress will yield anything positive?
What's the question again?
So how confident are you that the APC's gathering of memoranda will yield anything positive?
I can only say I hope so, because this country must move forward now. We cannot stay as we are. So if they are gathering information around, I hope they will speedily use it so that this country can move forward. But I fear that they are just gathering information in order to have a chance to delay, to dampen the debate. It is difficult to believe that you put a person like the young governor of Kaduna State, El-Rufai, at the head of an arrangement like that, and you want us to trust that you really want the thing to happen? No. No. There are other leaders of the party.
Like who?
The former Vice President Atiku is a member of the party, isn't he? Bola Tinubu is the national leader of the party. Those people would have been more credible.
They all support restructuring.
Yeah. They would have been more credible in that type of situation. But when you go and put a man who is avowedly opposed to restructuring, to come ahead a party's committee that will collect information about restructuring, there is doubt about what they are really after. And so, even though I hope that they will come out with something good for the country, I doubt that they would. I doubt it.
All right, because you talked about, Alhaji Akasai said, states are consuming 70% of their resources on bureaucracy. He says we've got, eventually, the Vision 2020, but implementation is a challenge. And then you also alluded to something similar. So if we actually do implement some of these, as he recommended, he thinks we may not even be talking about
No, the federal government as it is cannot implement anything. You hear them often coming out and saying, oh, tomorrow we are going to improve agriculture in agriculture. Sometimes when I hear such things, I laugh. What agriculture do you want to improve? Is it the agriculture as it's practiced in the rainy forests of the south, or in the middle belt, or in the far north, in the semi-arid? You cannot do it. The people own the land. They have lived in their culture. It is they who must develop their agriculture. In the Western region, it is the people of the Western region, the government of the Western region, that encouraged our fathers to develop the cocoa industry, which became a very powerful thing. Then the craze to unify everything in Nigeria came under the military, and they took over cocoa, took over granules, took over palm oil, and so on. And they dissolved the Western Region Cocoa Marketing Board and created the Nigerian Cocoa Marketing Board. And what did the Nigerian Cocoa Marketing Board do? Ignored cocoa, and cocoa just perished. And the same thing happened in the north. Nigeria was exporting, through the work of northern farmers, Nigeria was exporting, by 1964-65, Nigeria was exporting about 675,000 metric tons of groundnuts. By 1984, it had fallen down to only 25,000 metric tons. Why? Because the federal government had dipped its hand into it.
But Prof, if there isn't a provision for having a referendum in our laws, how do we start to actualize this?
How do we start to carry out restructuring? I said it before. The federal government will take the lead. The federal government must now establish some sort of structure. It may be another national conference, it may be a constituent assembly, it may be a restructuring commission in India in 1953 when they were going through this. the government created a restructuring commission, experts, and asked them to lead India. Everybody is talking about it. Prime Minister, I do not know how to do this. But there must be people in this, there are people in this country, you know, who will know it, who can guide us. And that committee guided India through the whole process of restructuring, and that's how India settled down. India was about to break up after the departure of Pakistan and Bangladesh. The rest of India was about to break up. But the restructuring settled India down. And today, India is prospering. India is prospering. India is respected as the largest democracy on earth. Today, that is it. The restructuring, the devolution of power from the center to the regions, to the component units of the Federation, the Federating unit, made every nationality to settle down, accept and love their membership of India. And so India is doing well now. That's what we're asking for.
All right, then. We've been speaking with Senator Professor Banji Akintoye. He's a historian and chairman, political committee of Afenifere. Thank you for coming on this morning, sir.
Thank you very much.